Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Now, electric vehicles, some of you like them, most of you dislike them. Doesn't matter how we feel about them, they are here to stay. And here at CAS, we've had quite a few electric vehicles come through the workshop. One thing we found that's standard across most of the EV range is the audio is very poor. In fact, most cases substandard. Recently, we did a full Audison upgrade on Audison's own Tesla Model Y. We have our ID Buzz here, which has recently had an Audison upgrade. And today, you see beside me our own Renault E-TECH, which is going to have an audio upgrade. Now, before we start stripping the car and adding sound deadening, running the speaker cables and so on, first thing we need to do is listen to the stock stereo system in this Renault E-TECH. Right, let's get into it. So in the UK, there is not an optional audio upgrade available for the Renault E-TECH. So first things first, let's have a listen to the stock system. I'll use my phone, stream music. It's copyright-free music, which we've used before. And that'll give me an idea of where the bass is, where the mid-range is, and where the treble is. It's okay. Okay. It's punchy, but there is no depth. There's no bass. Top end is okay. Okay. That was supposed to be the bass element kicking in. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't feel like there was any low end bass. All that happened is the mid-range got louder and the treble more or less stayed where it was. In fact, I've got to say, it's a very muffled sound. It's confused. The mid-range is playing mid-range and some depth and some bass, but not really. And the treble is sort of, it's not sharp enough, it's not high enough. And I guess for most people, this will probably be sufficient. But as an audio guy, this is poor. So before we start stripping the car, let me show you where the stock speakers are currently located. Okay, so in the front door here, you have a 6.5-inch mid-range speaker, and just in the A-pillar here, you have a tweeter. So in terms of speaker location, pretty good. The fact that you've got a tweeter high up is very good because obviously it's closer to your ear. The mid-range is stock location. That's where you typically find a mid-range speaker, in the lower section of the door. And in the rear doors, I'm going to assume it's another 6.5-inch speaker. It's probably the same that's in the front. There is a tweeter grille here. I'm assuming there's a tweeter behind that. We'll find out once we take the door card out. There are no subs in this vehicle, so there's nothing underneath the front seats, and there's nothing in the boot. There's no subs. There are no subs hiding on the side panels. And underneath here, if I just take that out, that is where your charging cable is. And that's your sort of tire inflator kit, get you home kit. So what we're going to do now is get the engineers in here, strip the car, pull the door cards off. We will add some sound deadening, front doors, rear doors. That will improve the sound considerably because these cars, the way they're built, they're very tinny, fairly thin metal, and I think it's to keep the weight down because obviously the batteries add a fair amount of weight to all EVs. And then we're going to add some bass. We're going to add an amplifier as well, which we will conceal underneath the floor plan. But the subwoofer, we're just going to keep it in the actual boot area itself. Subwoofer will be fully removable. You could go larger, you could go smaller. Right, one thing I do believe that is a concern for some EV drivers is range. And changing the audio, adding an amplifier, what will that do to the range of the vehicle? Now this gives me about 250 miles on a full charge. We've already done similar calculations with our ID Buzz, and it's not affected the range. We will do the same on my Renault 5. So in a few months' time, we will do an update video and let you know how the range is affected. Personally, I can tell you now, I don't think it's going to be affected at all. So let's get the engineers into the workshop, strip the car, take the speakers out. I'll show you the current speakers and I'll show you the new replacement speakers that are going into our Renault 5 E-TECH. Hey guys, new day in the workshop. Let's see what the engineers have been up to. Now, as you can see, the front door card is stripped. In fact, all 4 door cards are stripped. We have added loads of sand deadening, skins sand deadening, in each of the 4 doors. We found that most EVs do suffer from a lot of rattle and resonance when you upgrade the speakers, and that's purely because of the way they've been designed. Most of the costs on the EV is about the battery. So the manufacturers are cutting costs elsewhere, and typically we found that to be in the doors and with the audio. These are the new speaker collars. So when you remove the original OEM speakers, the actual collar is bonded onto the speaker. So we've had to use some speaker collars that are not designed for a Renault 5, and we just modified them. You can see we've got mid-range speaker cable run there, and just at the top here, we've got new tweeter cable run as well. There'll be a crossover that we're going to use for the Harman Kardon speakers, and those crossovers will be mounted possibly in the door. I'll leave that to the engineers. If I open the back, you can see again, collars are in place, sand deadening is done. Now, let's have a quick look at the boot. So, good size boot. Plenty of space for a single sub or multiple subs. You could go double 12, double 15 if you wanted proper LEG spec. We're going to go with a compact 12-inch sub, and I'll show you that later on. You could actually go for an active subwoofer. Active meaning amplifier built in. So many different options, guys. In terms of amplifier, we're going to mount it underneath this panel, but there is space at the top section underneath the panel where we can fit an amplifier. Now, let me show you the products that are going into our Renault 5 E-TECH. Right, here we have the speakers that have come out of the Renault 5. These are the fronts. So you've got 2 6.5-inch mid-range speakers, 1 per side. Not bad, there's a bit of weight to them, but you can see they're very cheaply made. These are the collars that I mentioned. So the speaker is actually bonded into the collar, and then you have the tweeters. Now these are the tweeters that are mounted on either side of the front A-pillar. It doesn't show where these are manufactured, but I'm going to assume they're in the Far East. Now in the back, I actually thought there'd be a 6.5-inch component kit in the back. Actually wasn't. It's just a dual cone speaker, and this weighs next to nothing. The sound quality out of these is going to be poor at best. Small magnet, 40 watt max, made in China, and again we have the collar there. Now let me show you the sexy kit that's going into the Renault 5 E-TECH. So here we have the Harman Kardon brand new fit range of speakers. Fit as in custom fit. Now in Europe, you can buy a Renault 5 E-TECH and pay for the Harman Kardon upgrade. I believe it's about 900 euros, so it's about, give or take, 800, 750 pounds, somewhere around there. It's a great upgrade, but it doesn't come with a proper subwoofer box or like an enclosure, and the amplifier that they provide is a small Harman Kardon amplifier. We're going to go a little bit better than that. So Fit 6Cs, they're the component speakers. Lovely chunky speaker. The grill is removable, and if you check that out, look at the quality of this speaker. Really chunky magnet. These are 50 watts RMS, so maximum power handling is going to be somewhere around the 150 watts mark. Totally different to these. Now, if you look at the quality of the speaker cone, and if you look at the difference in the magnet, you can tell these are far better than the stock OEM speakers. So we're going to use these in the front and the rear. We won't be using the grill, we'll be using the stock grills that come from factory. There's a two-way crossover that's included. The crossover will separate the lower frequencies to go to the 6.5-inch speaker and the higher frequencies to go to this beautiful tweeter. Now, if you wanted to, you could just fit two-way 6.5-inch coaxials in the back as what's come out of the back doors. We're going to go one stage better and fit the components front and rear. That'll give us a lot more clarity inside the cabin. Amplifier wise, we're going to go with Audison, tried and tested, one of the best digital amplifiers on the market, very efficient, throws out loads of power, and the current draw is minimal. There are cheaper options, there are more expensive options, but we're going to go with the Audison. It's the same amplifier we recently used in our ID Buzz when we were upgrading the audio in that. It's not a big footprint of an amplifier, loads of connections here and loads of control under this panel. We'll show you that in situ once it's installed. I think the best thing to do is for me to stop talking, let the engineers get back into their workshop, and they can fit all this sexy new product in our Renault 5. Let's go. Right, installation is now all complete. Before I talk products, money and costs, I think we need to do a listening test. Let's jump in the car and have a listen to the same track that I listened to earlier on. Okay, I'm going to use the same track that I used right at the beginning of this episode. For copyright reasons, we can't use any music that you may be familiar with. And what I'm hoping is straight off the bat, the sound should be night and day difference. I do have a bass controller mounted here to the right of the dash, just underneath here. I'm going to turn the bass off so it's below flat, and just for clarity's sake, sound settings, everything here is flat. Right, let's play this track. Turn the volume up. Now straight away, off the bat, that treble is nice and sharp. That's the top end frequency. Crystal clear, no distortion on the treble. We've got a nice punchy mid-range, mid-bass. Actually feels like there's a sub in the car, but I'm not using the sub because the bass is on minus at the moment. Let's turn the volume up a touch. Oh wow. So clear, so sharp, night and day difference. Now, the bass is gonna kick in. Okay, there's a smaller bass that's kicked in, which is really from the 6.5-inch speakers inside the car. Now I'm going to turn the bass controller up and introduce the subwoofer that's in the boot. So let's turn the volume up. Slowly. Wow. Guys, that is fantastic. I've got the top end clarity from the tweeters. I've got some nice mid-range depth from those Harman Kardon speakers, and that bass from the JBL subwoofer, which I'll show you in a moment, is fantastic. Bass test. Is the mirror shaking? Yes, it is. I think this is a job well done. Now, we can turn the bass up a little bit more if you're a bass head. That's on flat. Wow. That's a lot of bass, probably overkill for most of you, probably even for me now as well. Now, off camera a few minutes ago, I just had to listen to Michael Jackson Beat It. Everyone is familiar with that track. For copyright reasons, obviously I can't play it. And I've got to say the vocals are crystal clear, sharp, and there's a nice punchy mid bass that comes through these 6.5-inch speakers. So it's a big yes from me for this system. Now, all of you want to know money, costs, installation. No doubt you want to see the subwoofer. Let me show you also the amplifier at the same time. Let's do that now. Okay, JBL subbox. As you can see, it's quite compact. It's actually a 12-inch subbox. Comes supplied as you see there in its own enclosure. Perfect snug actually there. Now, if you need to access the charging cable with this particular sub box, you could just move it around that way and you can still pull up the lower panel and you can access the charging cable. We can go smaller in sub box. We can in fact probably go half that size. You can go bigger. We can in fact probably have a double 12 or a double 15-inch sub in there if you wanted a lot of bass. The amplifier, as I mentioned earlier on, is just underneath the panel here. Now, let's talk money. Now, as I said to you earlier, in Europe, Renault actually offer a Harman Kardon audio upgrade, which is about 900 euros, say 750, 800 pounds. This system is considerably more, A, because the aftermarket components are far better in build quality and sound quality compared to the Harman Kardon upgrade that Renault do offer. B, also, the amplifier substantially better than the amplifier that you're going to get with the upgrade. So this will cost a little bit more. The component kits, the Fit 6Cs, they are £270 a set. We've obviously used 2 sets. The amplifier we're using in this Audison SR5.600. This is a £500 amplifier. There's also a bass controller that we've added, which is about £30. We've got speaker cabling, we've got sound deadening, we've got speaker mounts, those plastic rings, probably about £150 there. And we've got the sub box, that 12-inch sub box I just showed you a few moments ago. That's £190. With labour and installation, you're probably looking at just over £2,000 for this kit. Now, I get it. Some of you are going to say, that's a big difference to what Renault offer. Well, we can give you something which is quite a bit less, but still is far better than what Renault offer. You could go with a set of Focal speakers, which are nearly half the price of these. Focal is a French company. And Phoenix Gold have just introduced this compact digital amplifier. When I mean compact, look at the size of this. Again, this draws next to no current. This is £250, and you can go for a smaller sub, less labor. So theoretically, we can offer you a kit at around £1,300 to £1,500 installed, and a kit at just over £2,000. We can go even more expensive if you're a proper audiophile. So literally the world is your oyster in terms of options. What you don't want to do is use an amplifier which is very old, 15 or 20 years old, you've maybe had in one of your other cars, because those older amplifiers are very inefficient and they will draw a lot of current, which could affect your range. In terms of products used, in the description below, there are going to be 2 links. One link to the Focal and Phoenix Gold package, and another link to the Harman Kardon with the Audison and the JBL subbox package. So it makes life a little bit easier for you. Again, if you want something bespoke, just drop us an email, pick up the phone, drop us a DM on Instagram, and we can work out a package for you. Also, in terms of installation, if you were to book in with us, the car will be in and out the same day. We've filmed this over 2 or 3 days in between jobs. So yes, it'll be done in a day. So you could come in with your stock system, decide which one you want to go for, upgrade the system, leave by the end of the day, and you have a fantastic sounding Renault 5 E-TECH. Okay, so the links in the description below are just for the products that they don't include labor. If you like the product installed, just drop us an email or pick up the phone and call us, and we'll give you a fully installed quote. So yes, audio upgrade done. I mean, these cars out the factory, all EVs in fact, they are quite soulless. At least now we've upgraded the audio, and it just makes that driving experience in the cabin that much better. And you know, you've got no engine note, but at least now you've got a good quality audio note inside the car. We've done a fantastic job making this car sound absolutely brilliant. But next up for this car, we need to make it look cooler. And the next episode, we'll be changing the suspension and changing the wheels. So the car will be sitting a little bit lower and we'll have a different set of wheels on there. Guys, thanks for watching. This is episode 2 of a 3-part series. Make sure you smash the like button, make sure you're a subscriber. That way you know when the next episode drops. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.